go on live and just
Oh,
pray for the best, and hopefully things will just turn up the way they. Oh shoot! Okay, all right, we're live. I think. Okay.
You got so morbid there for a second, man. It was like, what's going on here? You start getting worried, man.
What's going on, guys?
Bro, you're at 20, almost 22,000 subscribers, man. You hustling.
22, man. It's killing me all morning. I was like only like 10 away, and I'm still like what 7 numbers away from 22,000. What's going on? I'm the brown yo photo Miike saying there's a thumbs down already. Show hasn't even started yet. Haters are at work.
Bro, like, man, not another A7R3 clickbait,
yeah.
right? Clickbait.
Clickbait. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I have no idea what to talk about today, so I'm just like, let's just put another A7 III into the title and see what happens.
Many dislikes.
I'm sorry. There's already 2 dislikes now. Damn.
Oh shoot. Oh dang.
Someone was happy about the whole clickbait thing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, we're gonna talk about the A7R3 for sure. I didn't know what's a good hook to get people coming into the show. So,
man, they're expecting a lot, man. Can't let them down.
No, we're just here to chill, you know. We got comments saying like, "Hey, what's the point of these live shows? They're so like boring." I was like, "Well, it's kind of for us to like hang out with the peeps, you know, hang out with the fans out there, you know, just chit chat about Sony and gear. We're just here to gas it out, spread the gas, you know."
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what it is. I was telling you during the time we were out, when I was in LA, was that one of the podcasts that I listened to for the longest time while I was in college and even after college was the 404 podcast, and they had come to an end in September or towards the end of September. I didn't even know, and that podcast ran for 10 years, Jason. 10 years. Are we ever going to get to 10 years?
I'd be happy we can even get to 10 years.
Oh man. So no, man. And the thing is, I watched that there was like 2 podcasts I would listen to. One called Buzz Out Loud, which was more techie. They were like really techie, like they would talk about specific tech topics. But then the 404 was always just shooting the shit all the time, and they would just like talk about whatever they wanted to and joke about and just have a good time. Yeah. And that's why I really enjoyed it, because it was just entertaining instead of it being so tech heavy. That was it.
That's sort of the direction I kind of want to go with. Just like, you know, us would just hang out, chill, and have fun, you know, talk to you guys out there. So,
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So, yeah, someone was saying, Jason, please talk about the Sony a7S III. Yeah, we're just kind of looking for topics as well for future shows. Like we want to say in the beginning of the show, if you guys have a certain topic that, you know, you want us to pick out and just kind of tear apart for next week's show, please let us know either in the comments or let us know social media or even during the pre-show.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it, and we'll definitely shout you out for the topic, I guess, if we talk about it. It's gonna be good.
Devin,
it's not that we're running.
We're running out of ideas, guys. Running out of steam. This one is crashing and burning right now. Devin Ron says, "Hey, dudes, the thumbs down wasn't me. We're up to 4 thumbs down now. This is insane, guys."
Oh shoot!
Oh man, we're panicking.
Jason, with that title, man.
Oh,
by the way, we are in the pre-show, or the pre-show, not the pre-show.
Not pre-show. We're late for the pre-show.
We didn't even have a pre-show. I got here late. I was actually shooting, taking a photo. There was a group photo I was supposed to do like a month ago that got canceled, and I waited. And this time we got rescheduled till today. I didn't even remember until I checked. So that's the reason why it was at 6 o'clock. The photo I had to take, and it takes about 30 minutes for me to get home. So. And yeah, there was like a diesel that got turned over on my way home. I was like, okay, it's great.
Okay, well, thank you.
I don't know, man. There's just like this road that I take when I go to work. That's just so many accidents happen on that road every now and then, man. It's scary sometimes. So I don't know. Have you ever had any? While we're just talking banter, have you ever been in a close call accident before, Jason, or you, boy?
I'm sure. I just can't remember off the top of my head right now. I mean, I've been in a car where we got into an accident with somebody, and the car kind of impacted the passenger seat, which so happened to be where I was sitting at. But it wasn't like so bad. It was just like a slight bump, and I was just like, it's all good. Just
but you made it. You're all good, man.
I'm fine. I'm sure. Oh, there was a few times, my friend almost got his killed driving, just kind of driving against the traffic. Shit. But hey, some divine intervention happened. We survived that, and that's Asian.
And over the weekend, I almost got into a sketchy situation, but
oh no,
it's already 7:00, and we can talk about that in
okay. A little bit. All right. Okay. All right. What's going on, guys? It's 7:00. Welcome back to another Monday Night Live with me and Danny, aka that one camera guy. So today's show, we're just kind of like picking out some random topics going to be talking about. So today's show, you can expect that we're going to talk about the A7R 3 pre-orders being higher than estimated. So that's good news and bad news. Good news, we'll get into it. Bad news, we'll get into it.
Damn, I'm not gonna get mine. Shoot.
Yeah, that's something that I'm kind of worried about. And then the Sigma 16mm f1. It's up for pre-order, and I'm seeing some questions asking if we pre-ordered. So we're definitely gonna jump into that as well. Samyang released a lens station for their E-mount lenses, so that's something to also pick apart as well. So first off, I see some people asking us, how was the Sammy's event? Matthew Fry is asking. Who else was asking? And someone else was asking about what's happened. 2005 Beamer also is asking how's the experience at Sammy. So you know what? Why don't we start with you, Danny?
Okay. All right.
Well, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I just want to. So, as most of you know, Jason Vong, he only shouted. He advertised it so little, of course, right? But everybody knew about his presentation he was doing with Sony. He had one for Zhiyun Crane, as far as showing you how to use a gimbal, right, with the Sony mirrorless cameras. And he had a YouTube creator kind of panel, sort of this talk, the second day on Sammy's event. And so, but yeah, I left early. Okay, I usually leave early when I'm heading out to LA just so that I can avoid traffic. That's usually my thing. So I get there, it's like what, 8:30 or 9. I actually parked inside of Sammy's where I wasn't supposed to park inside on the first day, so it didn't give me any trouble with that. But yeah, if you guys were out there, you probably saw some photos. Jason Vong had a lot of people out for his little Zhiyun Crane gimbal talk, and lots of props to him. He did a really good job on that one. So, Jason, how do you feel about that talk, and what was going through your mind when you saw all these people in the audience and you're going over it?
Yeah, so it was just insane because I was told that I had over 100 signups for both the workshops that I was hosting, like on Friday and on Saturday. So both for the Zhiyun and for the YouTube creator class. So I was pretty stoked. So on the day of, I think like almost every seat was filled, if not all the seats were filled. And we definitely got some standers, some bystanders, just kind of passing through and watching the presentation as well. So, and I'm so glad that it went so well because I actually spent a whole entire week prepping ever since I got back from New York, just prepping. And I felt like I was very prepared for the Zhiyun presentation. Not so much on the YouTube one, but that's okay. But the Zhiyun one was definitely a hit. I was told that Sammy sold out of all the Crane 2 units, which, awesome. They didn't have that much to begin with, but they sold out of all 4 of the units that they have. So that's pretty dope.
You didn't tell him that, man. You just could have left that out of the information.
What's wrong with that? Okay,
I'm just kidding, man.
Yeah, all the Crane 2 units sold out that day. But I kind of wish they had more cranes because the regular Crane V2, because that's the one I championed throughout the whole presentation. So kind of wish they had that for people. But hopefully the next one, I can do another workshop if you guys couldn't make it, and hopefully some more Crane units then.
Jason, I got to ask you something, like a real question here. What's it like when you actually meet viewers of your YouTube channel? Like when they come up to you, they talk to you, they're like, "Hey, I see you on YouTube." Like what goes through your mind usually when that kind of stuff happens?
It's surreal. It's definitely surreal, and I'm always very happy that people come up to us and say like, "Hey, we know you guys." You know, it's just like, "Whoa, cool." You know, I think someone, I believe his name is Roger. Wow, just kind of ran into me at Disneyland, so that was pretty cool.
When
But
was
of course,
this? Like some time ago?
this was like last week. This was like
Oh,
2 weeks
wow.
ago. Like I was at Disneyland grabbing footage for the workshop, and yeah, you know, getting recognized at Disneyland. So that's definitely cool.
Do you ever
What
get
do you
worried like someone's gonna come up to you and say, "I don't like you," or "I'm your biggest troll"?
Oh man, that'd be weird. I don't think anyone would do that, but that'd be kind of scary. You're like, all right, cool. What about you, Danny? How do you feel about it? How do you feel about people?
I mean, it's humbling, and it was something that, and it goes, if for those of you listening in the live stream or in the future stream, it's like, I guess Jason would echo the same thing. It's like when you meet us, we're just regular people. I mean, we're not like Jason's like, don't speak for me, right? No, but we're just regular people, man. I mean, just come up to us or talk to us, or if you have any questions. I mean, on the second day, I was answering a question from one of our viewers. And luckily, we got it all straightened out because I wanted to make sure it was all good on that. So now it's just a humbling experience, and yeah, don't feel shy to come talk to us. That's all I would say.
Yeah. Sometimes I would get comments like, "Hey, I saw you here, but you seem really busy." I mean, like, just come up if you want to, please.
Unless Jason's presenting and he's got 5 minutes till the presentation starts. Because I've seen sometimes like Jason's gonna be ready to present, and somebody who has no idea who he is will start talking to him right before the presentation starts. And in my mind, I'm like, it seems like Jason's gonna get started on his talk, and someone just keeps talking and talking to him. But you know, Jason's trying to be a nice guy, so.
I remember like my first ever presentation, like I had this guy who had no idea who I was, just kept asking me questions about the A7R II. And I was like, sir, I'm kind of presenting in like 2 minutes. I mean, like I didn't want to be mean, but I was like, help me out here. But anyways, guys, you know, thank you so much for those of you who came out to the workshops over the weekend, even if it's not for me or for any of the workshop that happened out there. I think overall, it was a huge success. They call it the Sony Alpha Days. So Sony Alpha Days was a huge success. And the Sony reps and Sammys are looking to do more of these events. So if you guys had a great time, please really voice your opinion to Sony. Let them know that you want these free workshops to keep on happening. You want these Sony events, these free sets of cleanings to keep happening. Or if you don't live in LA, you live near a Sammy's, you know, ask them to bring these type of things to your city, because, you know, they're really looking to expand these workshops in San Francisco, to Orange County, to even like, not even just Sammy's, but camera stores all across the state and the world, of course. So
yeah, you should really point that out for those of you that go to these, haven't been to one of these events. They actually do free sensor cleanings and lens cleanings sometimes, right?
yes.
They might have a quota, might be one camera body or something, but you're more than welcome to bring a camera and a lens out and see if they'll actually do a free cleaning for you, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I haven't done it yet though. But yeah, those of you that are in the stream or watching this in the future, Jason, do you usually try to put show notes sometimes on the on the live stream later?
What do you mean?
Like little timestamps occasionally.
Oh yeah, sometimes. Not all the time.
Sometimes.
I don't know.
So hopefully there's some timestamps you can jump to if you're watching this from the future. So.
Oh, yeah, that's what you meant. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll try to remember to do that. Awesome.
Yeah, so I had this close call earlier. So I was staying in LA for a day. I got a place that night. So from Friday, I rented this Airbnb place. I was near Sammy's Cameron. I was really close to it. But I don't know. It was just one of those weird things. I never even saw the tenant at all. I pretty much just got to the room, used the key to open the door, stayed at the place, slept. The next morning on Saturday, I had actually went to go take a shower, and I had closed the restroom door. So if anyone's ever done like an Airbnb, it's usually like an apartment you rent out of our house, but this is like a little apartment complex. And I closed the door behind me, right? And I told you this already, Jason. And you hear this little lock on the door. So I get in the shower, I hear this little lock, and I'm kind of like wondering what happened. And I look at the door, Jason. I see no little unlocking option. It's just like a straight up doorknob. And I start trying to jiggle the doorknob. I'm like, I'm in this room, and I don't have my phone or anything, and nobody knows where I'm at. I gave the address to nobody. Only you and Vivian, I think, knew kind of roughly where I was, but nobody else knew the actual address. And I said, you know what? This might be it. This might be it, man. I'm gonna go out today. This is the day.
Yeah,
And
that
so
one camera guy.
I started jiggling the door more. I said, like, you know what? And I started to knock on the door, and no one responded. So I was like, you know what? Whatever, you know. And so I was looking at my options. I said, you know what? I'll just take a shower. So I just take my shower, and then I just think about it a little bit. I'm like, I'm not trying to panic too much. I was like, maybe someone will realize that I'm trapped in here. And so after I showered, I looked at the door again because I figured maybe I just wasn't understanding something. But when I looked at it from an angle, I saw the tiniest ever little lever that unlocks the door. And it was the biggest relief, sigh of relief that I ever had in my life for some time. I mean, I didn't really over panic, but at first I was kind of getting a little worried. I figured I'd be fine. It was just so awkward, man. I was just like, dude. I was like, nobody.
I don't think you ever have a good time whenever you stay at Airbnb, man. The first one in New York, there's a Halloween party that's going on during your stay, and now you're getting locked into your own bathroom.
Man, dude. But it was fine. Other than that, it was all good. But yeah.
Awesome. And Dustin Dilworth coming in with that $2 super chat donation. Thank you so much, Dustin. He's saying sorry for not using the affiliate link for the Sigma 16mm. Dustin, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I think you actually gave me more money than I would have earned from one sale on B&H, because B&H is what you call it. It's not as high as Amazon. But thank you so much, Dustin. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, Justin, thanks.
Anyways, let's get to the new gear section. So as always in this chat, you know, we're all gas heads, we're all gear heads. So let's talk about some of the new piece of gear that you guys picked up over the week via the hashtag new gear. Let us know in the comment down below, or in the chat, sorry. Danny, what sort of a new gear did you pick up over the week?
I really haven't got anything new, I don't think.
Oh, dang. Alex Sandova coming with that $25. He says, dude, what a great Sony event. He says, what a great Sony event this past weekend. Nice to meet you, Jason, and Michael. Great seeing you guys. Oh, great seeing you again, Danny. Can't wait for the next one. By the way, Jason, you did great, man. Thanks, Alex. Really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Alex. Really appreciate that, man. I thought you got kids playing soccer right now, don't you? You're like coaching.
right now. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, he still made it to the show. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, so he's like doing two things at once. He's coaching and he's listening to the live show at the same time. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, like I said, I didn't really get anything brand new. Again, I'm going to plug the Sony Pro support again. If you haven't had a chance to get on it, well, I had the RX 10 Mark IV, right? Remember I told you I was supposed to send it back a few days ago, like last week. I just asked for the extension and they let me hold the camera for a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm almost done testing out the RX 10 Mark IV. But other than that, Jason, I'm trying not to spend too much, man. That A7R III, I'm telling you.
A7R III, and guess what's around the corner? Black Friday, so let's all save our money. In terms of me, new gear, not much, but I did have a review unit that was sent to me by Laowa. So they sent me the 15mm f2 zero distortion lens. So that's like, it actually got to me last week, but I told them, I was like, hey guys, just letting you know, even if you send it early, I'm not going to actually have the time to actually touch it until after my workshop. So I'm probably going to do some unboxing over the week and test out this zero distortion lens and see what the hype is all about. But this is going to be like, I think my first manual lens. Well, awesome. First time I would actually, not really. Well, I don't know. Whatever it is. Oh, first manual lens to play with on the Sony cameras. But yeah, it'd be exciting.
Yeah, definitely. I hear about it all the time, and so it'd be interesting to see what you see and test out the sharpness, and that'd be really nice to know about that lens.
Cool. So guys, I also see questions for later. So we do an open Q&A towards the end of the show, probably like around 7:40, 7:45. So if you have a question for us, please hang on to them tight. as we try to get through new gear as well as some of the news that we've got going on for this Monday Live. So Kawaku says new gear Sony 85 FE 1.8. Awesome.
That is a great lens to go with, man.
Mm-hmm.
Tag the Shooter. What's going on, Tag the Shooter? He says hashtag new gear, new fake AirPods made from China just to see if I will lose the real ones when I order them. That's a good idea.
Got him right here. You know, surprisingly, I see a lot more people in New York having AirPods than I do seeing people having them here in LA. So just some interesting thing to note. Nick K says new gear 16 terabyte RAID Thunderbolt hard drive. Gotta keep Hillary Clinton's emails safe. Awesome. All right.
16 terabyte RAID.
I'd be sure to tell the FBI to look into Mr. Nick K on YouTube for all those emails.
Nice. What system though? Is it like Synology or what's out, Pegasus or something? I'd be curious to know, Nick. Let us know. Dustin Dilworth, new gear 150 to 600 millimeter Sigma for my Alpha 6300 and a quick fish 2 ice shelter, not just for ice fishing but for winter photography.
Oh,
cool,
very nice.
What is I have no frame of reference of what a quick fish 2 ice shelter is. Jason, any idea?
I'm assuming it's a case, I guess, but I don't know. Let us know.
In my mind, I think it's like an igloo. That's what I think it is.
I'm sorry. We're from California, so we have no clue what snow or ice looks like.
Yeah.
Or cold. What does cold feel like? Jammin Design says new 7200 G Master, nice, and the 85 1.8 heavy gas. Good stuff, man. Got to spend that money.
It's good gear. Alteric Wilson, hashtag new gear Sony A9. Some fire right there, man. Yeah, that's a hot camera. I'm telling you, hot camera.
Stevie J, new gear A7R2 with the Flashpoint TT350S. Awesome, Stevie. How much did you get your A7R2 for? I hope you didn't pay $2,800 for that camera. The prices have definitely gone down for the A7R2.
It has. Ricardo Ramirez, hashtag new gear. Just purchased an A7R2 since they dropped in price on eBay. And then Ricardo's asking, do you still recommend a camera?
Hell yeah.
That's a scary question, Ricardo. It's like you buy something and then you ask someone, should I have got this? Should I have purchased this item?
Did I make a mistake, guys?
Yeah. No. And it's a solid camera. I mean, if you got it for a good deal, there's nothing wrong with it, man.
I mean, if you ask me, if it's either between the A7 II or the A7R2, it's got to be the R2, man. I mean, like with the price, I don't know. Yeah, the pricing wise now, it's the A7R2 is going to be a good deal to cop right now. If you can get it for like $2,300 with the warranty, or I don't know, $2,000 for international model, right, Danny?
Like for the international, for the gray market?
Yeah. Boris C says, great meeting you guys at Times Square. Hey, Boris, thanks for joining us.
What is going on, Boris? Thanks. I mean, you helped save that time when we were at Times Square, man. I really appreciate it, Boris.
Thank goodness you and your girlfriend, Marilyn, was it? We're both there, man. Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Jared Carley, I know this isn't new gear, but have you guys heard anything new on the Crane 2? Oh, okay, that's a question. We're going to have to wait on that. Unless, let me copy and paste it.
Yeah, what the? I tackle that.
Excuse me.
Ness Zeus says, new gear becoming a backer for the Peak Design Kickstarter campaign. We'll get the Capture V3 dual plates and new slide light 20L and 5L all in the new black colorway. Jeez, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Peak Designs better send you something else too, man. That's a lot of backing right there.
They should send some stuff to Jason. I mean,
yeah, they don't. I mean, post so much Peak Design stuff. Anyways, not that I'm no passive aggressiveness there.
Dave Sincere, new gear. I put my Alpha 6300 back in the shop again. This is the fourth time, but at no cost because it's still under service repair warranty. I decided to buy the Alpha 6500 and use the Alpha 6300 as backup.
Dave, I'm so sorry, man, but you have to send that in for more than 2 times. I think you got to talk to Sony about getting some money back and at least put it towards a 6500 or a different model for the 6300. It's not worth keep sending it in.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's like Lee from Z Pro Media. He had to send his Fuji camera for like 4 times. I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's not even worth it.
Yeah, what's scary is like I have 3 Alpha 6300s, so I mean, knock on glass here, I'm still good and no problems yet.
All right, Danny, let's tackle a few more new gear and let's jump into the news.
All right.
Okay. So Dave Sincere says, new gear Godox V862. Sony Flash went hot on me. I traded completely in the last gig. Now I bought another Godox. Nice.
Cool. Chris Nesky. Hashtag new gear. Small HD focus for the Alpha 6500. That's a nice combo. Hopefully you got those really small, slim batteries.
Jelly says, Dell XPS 15 editing my own wedding, new gear. All right, that's right. I remember. So send us that wedding when you're done, man. Curious to see what that looks like.
Let's see. Carol F. Is that Carol, the one that met us up over there?
Yeah.
Hashtag new gear, Sony FE8518, used for the first time in Lanier's night photography portrait. Cool. Carol, it was nice meeting you there.
Yeah. Let's see here. Alex Dahl Media X6500, new small rig cage with handle and 18 to 105. Beast video combo right there.
All right, and Stevie J's updating us. He got the A7R2 for $23.98 from B&H Photo.
Nice. Good. Thank goodness. You spent good money on it.
Daniel Crotty pre-ordered the A7R3. The wait.
Okay. I guess that's pretty much it.
And it looks like Ricardo got it for $1,800.
Nice.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, guys. That's pretty much it for new gear. Let's head into some of the news. Here's some of the news items that we have right here that I did not put together last minute. Cough, cough. So just some quick things to get all your gases going. Amazon is having Black Friday deals starting on November 17th, and it's going to go on for 10 days. So stop taking your gas medicines and prep your wallets for November 17th. We're going to see what sort of accessories that we can get on the cheap for the cheap when for the A7R III, for our Sony cameras, the lenses, and all that stuff. But one thing I do want you guys to keep a lookout for is that usually Amazon warehouse deals, they run like an extra 20% off their used stuff. So if you actually look into some used Sony lenses, they're probably discounted a lot already from their new price, and just stack that 20% off for that item. You'll probably get it for like way cheaper. I think like I once advertised the 24 to 70 G Master for like as low as $1,600 to $1,800. So it's not bad at all.
Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, I've done. I don't know if you've ever got anything from Amazon Warehouse refurbished deals. I think it's probably the same thing. Just like you said, there's a 20% discount. I remember picking up the first time I picked up a 256 gigabyte CF card for my 5D Mark III to shoot Magic Lantern RAW, and then I got my RX 100 Mark IV using that Amazon Warehouse deal, and yeah, there's always good deals every now and then.
There's always good deals.
Jason, hey, I have a question for you then. So, has there ever been a really good deal you've been able to get from this kind of thing that you recall?
Yeah, so I was just about to bring up that I got the Rode Wireless Link, the Rode Wireless Loft mic, for like almost like $120 off. It's $400 brand new. Got it for like $120 off. So whatever the math number ends up to be, got a really good deal on that. I tried copping the MacBook Pro like before. It was a really good deal for a MacBook Pro too. I didn't pull the trigger on it, but it was a really good deal. It's like a $3,000 MacBook Pro, but I could have gotten it for like $2,000 or something. So it's almost like $1,000 to like $1,200 off. So it's pretty insane. So definitely keep an eye out for that kind of warehouse deal.
I just don't. For me, if you go for the warehouse deals, but I think maybe they're like basic deals. I don't know. Last time, I don't think I saw anything major. I don't know if you recall anything major from the
Oh,
regular Black Friday deals. Maybe.
well, for me, I got the Crane. So
Okay.
I got the Crane version 1, and it was like, I don't know, $150 off. It was like almost like 400, $450. It was like $600 brand new, but it was like, it ended up being like 450 out the door.
Okay.
So
And what
that's
about lenses? Like the thing is, I guess I mean more like lenses and possibly camera
lenses and stuff.
bodies. I I don't know. The only thing I've ever seen is like the manual focus lens from like Rokinon or
Mhm,
Samyang. You'll
mhm.
usually see those go on
Yeah.
sale.
In
So,
terms of Sony, probably not, but like you said, like Samyang or Rockinon or Sigma, you might see something.
oh, that's right. I mean, Rokinon's got some AF lenses now.
Yeah, the
Uh,
35, the
the
50.
50. I mean,
So you might try those out.
I haven't personally used them, so but I have a feeling those might be the ones we might see. So,
Yeah. And actually, that's a good little topic to bring up right now, because if you guys, I think Samyang is going to release a lens station for the E mount. So if you do end up picking up some of these Samyang or Rokinon lenses, the 35, the 14, the 50, you can actually pick up one of those lens stations, very similar to that of the Sigma, where you can update your firmware on your lenses. You can also adjust the autofocus. So I'm assuming how fast or how slow you want it to for it to autofocus, the sensitivity of the manual focus, because these lenses are probably fly-by-wire, so you might want to calibrate that if you want precision manual focusing. And you can also calibrate aperture, which I don't know too much like what that means, but there are those options for you.
no, I think that's really good. Samyang's moving in that direction. I really got to get my hands on one of those lenses and try it out. I all I've ever heard was that the autofocus is not as fast. So, but it'd be interesting to try it out
Yeah,
and see how well it performs.
and I did hear they're not as sharp, but again, for the
Okay.
price you're paying, it's a pretty rocking deal.
hmm
All right, let's see what the people have to say. So Daniel Crotty says he's looking for some 128 gigabyte SanDisk Extreme cards, and I think SanDisk are definitely going to be running some deals for their cards anywhere, either on Amazon, Best Buy, Fry's, whatever. So keep an eye out, because you need those fast cards, and hopefully some UHS-2 ones will also have some
That
amazing
is
Black Friday deal.
that is the one. Is the UHS-2 cards, man? That's the one I'm
Yeah,
interested in.
yeah. So you're picking up an
So
A7R3, you might want to look out for some UHS-2 cards that are going to be going on sale.
you're gonna want it, especially with those larger file sizes, and you're running that buffer. I mean, well, if you shoot a lot, a lot of frames, yeah, for sure. So.
Cool.
And also, by the way, for those of you that don't know, it's like with the A9, for example, when I try to format the card on the A9 using the SanDisk Extreme Pro card, the UHS-1, it takes a really long time just to format it. Whereas if you use a UHS-2 card, the formatting happens significantly faster than your regular UHS-1 card. So, yeah, if you are pre-ordering the A7R3, definitely consider trying to snipe a UHS-2 card, hopefully during Black Friday if you can, if there's any good deals.
Cool. So Arno's saying he's looking for something like an RX 105 for a Black Friday deal. So hopefully you guys can cop an RX 105.
It's like, imagine you get the RX 100 Mark V and they announce the 100 Mark, the 6.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Damn.
That's another topic to talk about too, because I think Sony Alpha Rumors said, or they're quoting from Nokashita website, is that another Sony camera was registered, and they're saying it's like a fixed lens or an RX series camera. So it could be an RX 100 Mark VI coming out in January. We don't know that, but
Hey, I'm telling you, it's like it's fitting the time range. CES,
yeah,
Consumer Electronics Show. That doesn't sound like an unviable option. So
yep. And people are hoping the RX 106 will have some sort of APS-C size sensor, like what, the Canon G7X or something. But I don't think so. I think it's going to keep it 1-inch sensor. Maybe some improvement. I don't know what kind of improvement, but hopefully less limit on the 4K recording, and I don't know what else.
By the way, I'm actually using an RX 100 Mark V to do this live stream right now, if anybody cared. So Yeah, I
Oh,
switched it up.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
See, you see how great the quality is? Unless we're both potato
Yeah.
quality on the stream, then
I don't know if my data stream is really slow, but yeah, I'm using the RX 100 Mark V for the stream.
All right. Cool. Awesome possum. Let's see if we have anything else right here. Daniel Crotty quoted, said, those UHS-2 cards are expensive. They're literally double the price of the card ones. I think you can get a 64 gigabyte card for about $80 right now. Is B&H still running that deal for the A7R III, Danny?
I have no idea. I haven't checked.
So, oh no, I think they stopped running it. So B&H did have a free UHS-2 card for any A7R III pre-orders last week, but I think they stopped doing that now. So if you're within that time range, yeah, you would get it. You would have gotten it. And Leanna says, oh, hey, Leanna, the NPFC 100 batteries ×3 deal at Best Buy is still very good. Thanks for that, Jason. Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, if you guys are getting the A7R III or getting the A9, you want to pick up the new Sony battery. So if you buy 3 on Best Buy, you have to buy 3, and you will get those batteries for $20 off each. So you can save potentially $60 by buying 3 of those Sony FC100 batteries, which I actually got myself.
There you go.
Awesome. Cool. Anything else you want to read off, Danny?
I don't know. Speaking of the RX 100 Mark V, it just shut off, so I don't know if it overheated.
Oh, great.
That is gold.
Oh,
I come back. There we go.
Okay,
I see an overheating indicator on the camera. That's hilarious. Oh shit, I'm in 4K mode.
No wonder.
Okay. Yeah, that explains a lot. It's good. I'm testing out the camera. I'm testing out the 4K right now.
All right. So while you take care of that, let me get into the next piece of news. So apparently, the first batch of Sony a7R IIIs and the 24-105 lenses are getting shipped to Chinese buyers first. So any photographers or videographers in China who bought it, they're gonna get the first rounds of a7R IIIs, which I'm super jealous of. But according to Sony Alpha rumors, they're saying that Sony stated that China was the #1 full frame market in terms of volume. So I'm assuming China has bought a ton of Sony a7R2s and a7S2s within the recent years. So they're serving to the Chinese folks first. So pretty jealous. There's even an unboxing video already out, but I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
Totally jelly of that, man. That folks already getting their hands on it, but like they were saying, the manufacturing happened in China. So some folks they were showing the example on the bottom. It said from China, made in China. I think my A9 is made in Thailand. I could be wrong. I think it's in Thailand. So
yeah, they have a factory in Thailand. So
hopefully it's not an indication of quality. Hopefully not. So
no, I trust China. China's been coming up with a lot of dope stuff. So with that news, that kind of segments us to the title of the show, or of today's podcast. So the Sony a7R III pre-orders were a lot higher than estimated, or are a lot higher than estimated according to Sony. So I think the first week of pre-order, even it shows on Amazon that a7R III was one of the most popular cameras to buy on Amazon.com. So with this news, with the pre-order being higher than estimated, are we going to be worried about not having enough cameras, not having enough a7R IIIs for everybody?
What's funny? It's a slight tangent here. I remember when you got the 7200 G Master. I think it was around your birthday. I don't remember.
I think
I think I ordered it early too, and then I knew it got to you first, and you had a video. I was like, damn, this was before we started doing live shows. I was like, damn it, how'd this guy get it so fast? But man, there was a wait for even the 7200 and also their extenders. And so if Sony wasn't expecting this, they're definitely going to be slow on committing and getting those orders filled. Hopefully people don't have to wait too long. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, because yeah, are we gonna see like another 70-200 G Master incident? Is this gonna be the unicorn camera of the year? Because like Danny said, I mean, like I remember I had the 70-200 and nobody else had it, and everyone's just like, please, please, please make the videos. No one else has the lens but you. And they're like, please sell me the lens for like $4,000. And I was like, I kind of want to keep it.
Oh wow! I mean, if that happened, that'd be pretty awesome.
I don't know. I remember people telling me they're like, yeah, people are willing to pay the extra dough to get the 70-200 early. So it felt like I had like the most awesome pair of sneakers or something, except it was in the form of a lens.
Imagine scalping Sony lenses and gear, dude. That would be terrible, but very,
Awesome.
very lucrative.
All right, I'm putting my pre-order out right now. You're gonna get your camera day of. A7R III starting price $5,000. Let's do this.
Jason, how do you know you're gonna get it on release day, Jason?
If I don't get it released day, I'm just gonna refund the money. Be like, sorry.
Man, but the fact that it sold more than they expected, I think it was very similar to the D850, was that it hit all the right marks.
Okay, so what happened with the D850 actually?
I think it was the same situation. There was a lot more pre-orders for the camera than there was cameras available. That's why they're still trying to fill orders today.
When was the D850 released?
Shoot, I don't even know. It's probably been a few months now, maybe 3-4 months, 3 months, I think.
Yeah,
so like I'm saying, the reason why that camera sold so well, same thing why the A7R III is selling so well. It hit all the marks that people wanted to at a price point that people could sort of wrap their heads around, I would say. The A9 still is an expensive camera. It's a really expensive camera. But I think the A7R III definitely hit everything that they wanted. So
I mean, yeah, it's the camera that people want: dual SD card slot, joysticks, bigger battery, and now there are people that are complaining about not having any substantial upgrade from the A7R II, but the market speaks for itself. People are buying the A7R III, so. And I think a lot of people who didn't buy the A9 end up going for the A7R III. People like me.
Yeah. The thing that I see about the A7R III versus the A7R II, the A7R II is a fine camera. It's a really good camera. Regardless, autofocus was decent. I mean, it was good. Like the autofocus is good. The only complaints I would personally have had with it for what I do is the buffer, a little bit of the speed. The A7R III is a refinement, but I think the refinement was enough that it made a lot of people really interested in the camera. So for the folks that might say, well, the A7R III wasn't big enough of a difference. I mean, you're seeing it as you were pointing out, that it really was enough. It hit all the check marks. Bigger battery, dual SD card slots. That was a big one. The dual SD card slots. People wanted to be able to back up their files. People are shooting events and weddings and such. They want that backup option available. So A7R III, man, I'm telling you.
And there's some people who I think we talked to at the events, and people were leaving comments. They're just like, should we abandon our A9 and go for the A7R III? Blah, 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 blah.
I know we were talking to Michael Mistro, Mistro Pierce. He was saying how he would have just got a second A9. It's just the fact that it's missed. He'd like the S-Log and the rate feature, I believe, on the camera, on the A9. But Sony's been kind of silent on that end of adding the S-Log and the A9 back into that the rate feature onto the A9. So I don't know.
I think the rate feature can be easily implemented via software update.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, like I mentioned in the last show, that it feels like the A9 definitely need that rate feature more than the A7R III. Not that the A7R III is not justified of having it, but I feel like in terms of like sports wise, those fast rapid clicking, I think it definitely needs it.
Yeah, I totally agree. So all right.
Awesome. So we're about to jump into open Q&A, but before that, we're going to tackle one more piece of news. We'll also read out a few more comments. So if you have any questions for us, start queuing them up. Let us know in the chat, #QA.
All right.
So the last piece of news is the Sigma 16mm f1.4 is now available for pre-order. So this is for the Sony E-mount for the APS-C body. So if you're looking for a fast wide-angle lens, this is the one to get. So you can pre-order it now on B&H for $449, and it will ship on November 22nd. And,
Nice.
yeah, it's also available for Micro Four Thirds too, if any of you guys are Micro Four Thirds user out there. Oh, David Osler. David Osler, you can get either or.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna wait till Jason Wrong reviews it. So I want to hear what he has to say. So Jason.
Awesome. Yeah, people are like asking me a ton of questions on the A7R3 and the Sigma 16mm, but I'm just like, guys, I don't have them yet. They seem very promising, but let me get it first, and we'll see. So the 16mm, I got it right when 12 a.m. Eastern time like hits. I just like booked it. I got the camera. I got the lens. So I'm very excited for it. You know, it's gonna come the week before the A7R3, and then after that, I'll have the A7R3, and hopefully, I can start shooting some content with both of these lenses because I have a concert gig coming up. I also have a wedding gig all in that same weekend of that release. So I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that the A7R3 will get here in time.
I wonder, you didn't get to mount the 16mm lens at Photo Plus, right? Did they let you take the lens?
No, so it's only on the 6300. So it's whatever they have the lens on their camera. So I can't put it on my own.
Because I was wondering if it actually kind of covers the entire full frame circle. I was just curious about that. That'd be really interesting if it did. But
yeah, we'll definitely see. So pretty cool. So if you guys want to pre-order it, if you want to pre-order the A7R3 or the Sigma 16mm, we have links down below. Awesome. Okay, let's head into the Q&A, and I think Danny queued up one of the questions. So Gerard earlier was asking, have you guys heard anything about the Crane 2 focus compatibility with the Sony cameras? So nothing yet. Nothing yet. I actually asked you last week, but they haven't given me an update yet. So nothing on the compatibility for Sony yet.
Let's see here. So we're just on questions now, right, Jason?
Yeah, so let's just pick out some questions to start tackling.
All right.
Ray Davis asks, are you guys selling your A7R2s? So I thought about it, but I'm not too quite sure yet. I kind of want to keep the A7R2 just for like a little bit so I can make a comparison between the R3 and the R2. Danny?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I don't know if I'm going to sell it anytime soon. My brother will probably use it or something, so I'll probably hang on to it just like Jason is for a little while.
Cool. RRRJJJ05 asks, what's the best card reader for MacBook Pro to take advantage of the UHS-2 read and write speed? Danny, do you happen to know?
Best card reader for the MacBook Pro? Man, I do not have an answer, and I really don't. I really don't.
Neither do I. So maybe once we get the cards, we'll experiment with some of the options out there. Currently, right now, I'm using the Chargin Pro's USB hub, or sorry, whatever, the USB-C hub. So that's the one I'm using. Have no issue with it so far for the SD cards, but once I get the UHS-2 one, we'll see. So we can also ask Sony to see what they recommend.
Yeah. Daniel Crotty is saying that the A9, he's starting to see him for $3,800 and the A7R3 $3,200. He says he might as well wait for the A9. It might drop in price.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were asking us at the event, like, do we prefer the A7R3 or the A9? And I've said, if you're doing strictly a lot of events, especially if you don't need the S-Log and you don't need the, what else is there? I don't know. If you don't need the S-Log, you don't shoot a lot of videos, just stay with the A9.
Yeah, the A9, the strength of the A9 is the anti-distortion. It's still going to be a bit snappier than the A7R3. You're not going to see as much blackout when you're shooting at the faster frame rates on the A9. So, and there's a wider coverage range on the A9 as well. So, yeah, A7R3 has a few bells and whistles, but the A9 is still going to be a powerhouse. So I look at it.
Yeah. Like if I could go back, if I could save up, I mean, like I probably would get the A9 if I did strictly more events, and I don't care about the S-Log stuff. But
yeah, the video, like I said, the video on the A9 is really good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And it's like 6K downsample with the 4K, right, for the A9.
Yeah, it looks really good, and it's only gonna be 5K to 4K on the A7R3 in Super 35.
Yeah, so that's quite a bummer, but it's not the biggest deal for me right now. Ario Branco asks, will you use the A7R3 as video for jobs? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I will. Because I've been using the A7R2. Yeah, and I'm going to use the A7R3 for video. I mean, the reason why I got the A7R2 over the R3 was because, the R2 over the S2 was because I saw a lot more potential on the R2 as a video camera than I did for the S2 as a video camera.
Ray Davis asks, did you guys see Frono's photo rip Tony Northrup? I did.
No, I didn't.
I did see that video, and the topic had to do with the fact that Tony Northrup was saying that professionals don't really need to shoot in RAW because they're more advanced, and actually beginners should shoot in RAW because they need room to fix in adjust their photos.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the beef? My AirPods died.
I'm hearing echo.
Oh, sorry. Darn it! Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I did see that, and okay, how are we doing? We're doing all right. I don't hear Jason anymore, but I'm still talking. I don't know if they hear me. Okay, I'm guessing they hear me. So, but yeah, so Tony Northrup was saying about talking all about it. Since as you know, Jared Polin is all about shooting in RAW, and actually, this is a really good topic because I don't always shoot in RAW. Like I really don't always shoot in RAW. There's times when I could care less, and I'd rather just not eat up as much hard drive space. And I don't know about you guys. It'd be just interesting to hear some of your thoughts on it, maybe down below, about just shooting in RAW. Do you need to shoot in RAW all the time? Because I don't. There's times when I do, and I know when those times do happen. But I don't know. Jason, are you one of those folks that always need to shoot in RAW photos?
Okay.
RAW
so
photos?
I'm assuming the beef with Tony Northrup was that Tony says it's okay to shoot in JPEG.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's, that's Fro's thing. Fro is always like, shoot RAW, right? I shoot RAW. Mm-hmm. So obviously that's something that I'm pretty sure he's going to start some beef on. But for me, because I used to listen to Fro. I used to watch Fro a lot. So I'm always like, yeah, I got to shoot RAW all the time. So even now to this day, I would have my camera set to shooting both RAW and JPEG. But for the most part, I would only use the JPEG for like Instagram posts or just stick with the JPEG. But if I really, really like the photo and I really want to, make it shine, make it really like rescue a lot of the shadows or the details or the highlights and all that stuff, then yeah, I would pull that RAW to my computer and process it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like when you need RAW, I'm going to shoot in RAW. Like if I need the detail and I'm going to do some pulling in highlights and shadows, I'm going to shoot in RAW. So it just depends. I mean, if I just shot casually, sometimes I might not shoot in RAW. So it just depends.
Yeah. But I would leave the option like on shooting both RAW and JPEG just in case, because sometimes it slips my mind to change it back. Like if I switch to JPEG one night and then the next day I really need to shoot RAW, I don't want to forget that because it has happened before.
So Jason shoots RAW, guys. Definitely want to hear what you got.
RAW and JPEG.
Hey, that just takes a lot of space, man. It's a lot.
I don't know. That's what I do. That's how I.
Well, like everyone shoots differently, so it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Bird Video and Photo says Q&A. Is there any overheating issues on the Sony a7R III?
I'm just gonna let Danny handle that when he gets his a7R III.
So when the manual came out for the a7R III was posted, I read that thing the moment it showed up on Sony Off Rumors when they made a post.
You read that?
I read the entire manual from beginning to end. I was looking it over, and I started looking at the online manual because there's extra stuff online, and it had similar literature to the A9. It talked about the same things as far as overheating, avoiding the sunlight, temperature the overheating indicator coming on, etc. Reduction in quality if you're shooting at higher temperatures. So, is there going to be problems with overheating with the A7R III? I think it's going to be similar to the A9. So it's going to overheat. The camera is not unsusceptible to overheating. So yeah, I think Sony's probably scared if once the camera shows up at my door. So
they purposely delay your order. Danny ordered from B&H, so you guys want to slow that order down. Go ahead.
It's like it's cold in my area right now, so I'm not even going to see it. So it's not even going to be a big deal.
So anyway. Like, hey guys, I'm taking it out to to this fireplace.
I'm just gonna send it up to the sun. Just find it really hot.
You're gonna go camping. You're gonna roast some marshmallows, and you place your A7R III by the fire. I don't know. All right. So, Killian Liptrot asks, "Are there smaller resolution sizes for still images in the R2 and the R3?" Unfortunately, no. There is no smaller RAW files for the A7R2 or the R3, so you're stuck with that full 42 megapixels.
Just JPEG.
And no, I don't think. And no, I don't think they will release an update to make a smaller RAW. Okay.
Nick K, Q&A. On the Alpha 6500, what is the highest ISO you'd go professionally? I always thought 1600, but curious to see what you guys think. Also, where's a good place to travel to San Diego for some landscapes?
One, we're both not from San Diego, so I don't know. But if anyone's from San Diego in the chat, please let us know. And as for your first question, the highest ISO I would probably go is 3200. I wouldn't push it to 64.
Yeah, I'll go to 6400, 12,000. 6400 is probably my safest bet if I needed to. That's me though.
Yeah, because I've shot some low light stuff with the A6500, and even at 3200, it just looks bad in my opinion. But I didn't have a choice.
I'm just not that picky. It doesn't bother me. I'll just tell the client, well, sorry, it's too dark. It's just too dark.
I'm very picky, which is why I started talking about the lights last month, like how we started using lights. So I ended up saving our butts a lot for weddings now.
Yeah.
Ray Davis asks, would it be a good idea for Sony to release an RX1R3? If so, would it get all the new goodies? I don't know. I honestly don't know how popular the second version was. It was just pretty much a A7R II with a fixed lens. So
honestly, it'd be really interesting to hear how many actual RX1R2s they actually sold. It's honestly very quiet, that camera. Actually, you reminded me we could probably actually get it from Pro Support to try out. I totally forgot about that. But anyway,
I'll leave that up to you.
Damn it. It's just not getting enough traction. So would it be great for folks that are interested? Yeah. Will it get all the new goodies? Absolutely. It's going to have to get some of the new tweaks that the new generation has. So
yeah, definitely. Arno is asking, are third-party lenses like the 35-1.4 Rokinon autofocus able to shoot 20 FPS? So I'm assuming you're talking about if it's mounted on an A9, would it be able to shoot or keep up, right?
Yeah. I don't think so, though.
That's a good question.
I think even some Sony lenses apparently don't go to 20 FPS with full autofocus. So the G Masters do, apparently. So I don't know. It is a good question. That is a really good question.
Killian asks, what are your thoughts on the new Lightroom, Classic versus CC, and what will you guys be using for your purposes? I'm still on Classic. I did not try the online version of Lightroom. Danny, did you try that?
I had a glimpse of the newer one that's like for the mobile devices. It looks good. I just haven't played around with it enough. I kind of like using the Classic one on the computer because I get my edits done that way. The one online, the only reason why I don't use the online one was because my internet sucks. Like my access to internet here is terrible. I can't upload very quickly. So if I wanted to put all my files up online, it would take forever to get them uploaded. So that's the reason why I just prefer classic. It's more just the fact that my internet infrastructure here is just terrible. So
for me, I think I tested it out, but it seems like it's still lacking a lot of things. Like I feel like Snapseed still has a lot of features that are better, that are better and are available compared to Lightroom. So for me, I'm sticking with the classic just because I'm used to that interface and I know what I'm doing.
there you go. Ulysses Martinez asks, are you going to make a comparison, Jason, with the 16-70 and the 18-105?
Yeah, I'm hoping to start making that one this week, actually.
And then the next question, RRJJ05. So is there a shortage on the A7R III? Well, when the demand is higher than the supply, it creates, right? It creates a shortage, right? So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I fail economics, so I can't tell you. I'm just kidding. But yeah, supply and demand. There just might be, and I hope. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking anybody who ordered it on the day that it was available, you guys are likely going to get it. For those of you who ordered a little bit after that, like a day after, maybe 2 days after, you might not see it until mid-December. Hopefully, no longer than that. Before mid-December is what I'm trying to say. But I don't know. Again, it could be a 70-200 G Master incident, but I highly doubt it because there's no earthquake in Japan. Knock on wood. So none of the production is actually slowed down for the camera.
Oh shoot, Jason, you went there.
Well, right. It's the truth. I mean, because of that earthquake, it slowed down the production of a lot of lenses and stuff.
I'm the Brown Q&A. If the A9 and A7R III don't have Play Memories app, wouldn't you keep the A7R II for that feature? Okay, so I'm gonna say this really quietly here. Okay, I'm the Brown, and to everybody out there. The only feature that's important to me on the A7 on the Play Memories app in the camera is the ability to record past the 30 minutes. Okay, that is it. That is the only thing that's important to me. I haven't really utilized the time-lapse app and the other things as much. And the Play Memories built in is to people circumvent it to get the time hack. Now I can deal without it. It's not like the end of the world for me. But that was personally the major thing. And when I made the video, it was really for the folks that were invested in the Play Memories app that still use it, and if they still wanted to see it. So that's the only thing that really irritates me, that it's gone from the A7R III and the A9. So there's my answer.
So just a reminder, if you want Play Memories, get your pitchforks ready and just let Sony know that you want it back. And actually, your piece actually made it up to Sony Alpha Rumors. Like over 3,000 people voted that they want Play Memories back, and 1,000 others are saying no, they don't want it. So there's quite a bit of demand.
The issue is the implementation. It's that the features need to be incorporated inside of the camera already. Yeah. People shouldn't have to buy a separate device in order to do the time-lapse stuff. You know what I mean? They should find a way to do it inbuilt. And there were some other features that people like, but people have fair comments on that. The implementation of the actual program isn't very good. It's kind of slow and laggy on the actual camera. So it's not perfect. So I totally get that. But it really depends on making enough noise from the viewers and the users actually. Unfortunately, it didn't get picked up on the other major sites. I only saw it on Sony Alpha Rumors, unless someone can point it landed somewhere else. So, but that's that.
Just some comments regarding the whole RAW plus JPEG. Rai Uemura says, I agree with Poland. If your camera is able to shoot both RAW and JPEG into both cards simultaneously. Yeah, that's a good idea. And Photo Miak says, if you shoot Sony, you can't shoot JPEG because of Sony colors. And then Stevie J dropping that $2 donation.
Oh, Stevie J, thank you, man.
Thank you. Hey, damn. Highest ISO for A7R II for professional work. For videos, I wouldn't push it past 6400. And for photos, I wouldn't push it past 12,800. Because when you're shooting and there's a lot of noise, you're shooting that 42 megapixels, you actually won't see it as much because the resolution is so much. So it really depends on your tolerance of noise. But for me, 12,800 for photos, 6,400 for videos.
Just shoot whatever you need, man. Just shoot whatever you need. I will say that when I shot with the RX10 Mark IV, man, at 6400 ISO, it looked like trash.
Wait, for what now?
I haven't finished the review. I was going to finish up that video on the RX10 Mark IV. I shot some Friday Night Football. Yeah. And I shot at 6400 ISO, and I was like, damn, this looks so bad.
That 1-inch sensor, dude. That 1-inch sensor.
It looked fine when you downscaled the 20 megapixels down to like 5. It looks good. It looks good. So, yeah. You know, for just uploading to the web, it looks good. But man, it looks bad. Even I'm very tolerant of the noise and stuff, but that was it was up there. Okay, I'm just saying that right now. Okay, I have some limits too. So, all right.
Let's see here. Okay, so we're gonna answer a couple more questions before we take off, since it's 8 o'clock already. Jammin Designs asks, "Hey guys, if you had a choice to snipe a used A9 for 3,500 versus the A7R III for hybrid shooters, what would you guys choose?" Again, if you don't need the S-Log stuff, go for the A9. If you do, the A7R III.
A9 all the way.
A9. I'm gonna give it to the A9 for sure.
Because they're gonna have to get those little updates, man. It's gonna have to get it, man. I'm gonna end up making a big stink about it again later. Anyway, so Killian's asking about camera grips real quick. What are your thoughts on the grip extension on the A9, A7 cameras? Is it practical or not? Thoughts on it, Jason?
Okay, so I think it's overpriced. No offense, but it's super overpriced. And I think if you use that pinky grip, you also lose out on your 1/4-inch 20 screw, right?
Yes, you do. I think that, or yeah, something weird happens. Yeah, it might be that.
Yeah, it takes up your only 1/4-inch 20 screw because it's using that to put that pinky grip attached to the camera. That's something that I didn't like. I mean, like if it gave you back a 1/4 20 for sure, and if there's a way for you to access the battery door, for sure, it'd be something good. But if we're talking about practicality of it, probably not as practical. But if you definitely need that pinky space without having to spend 300 for the battery grip, then sure.
There you go.
But it's a bit costly in my opinion.
Membler says, I shoot JPEGs for soccer photos only, but I'm shooting 11 frames a second. Everything else is raw. There you go, man. That's what I'm talking about. The customers and the people working in there don't care. I mean, why shoot raw sometimes, man? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, sometimes. Again, if you just want more data to work with, shoot raw. I mean, that's what I do. And I think someone else brought up a good point. You can shoot raw to one card, JPEG to another. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's probably what I'm gonna do.
Tag the Shooter made a really good point. You can shoot in smaller RAW with the R2 if you shoot with APS-C mode. Very. I do that with the A9 all the time. I shoot with the crop mode. So it does give you a RAW file that's smaller, and it's really nice. I really like the 10 megabytes files that I get off my A9 with that.
Yeah. So Kawaku coming in with a $5 donation. All right, we got to stay on a little bit longer. Thank you so much for the super chat. And again, guys, super chat is probably one of the best ways for us to see your question. Q&A. Is there a big difference between uncompressed and compressed RAW? And which one do you recommend? So this is just, I think I was watching one of Tony's video, and he says that there was, in his opinion, and I find it very credible, that there isn't much difference with the uncompressed and the compressed RAW when he was shooting with the A7R II. Now, in terms of is there a huge difference on the A7R III? I don't know, but he's saying there wasn't much difference if you shot compressed or uncompressed. And I think I've been shooting compressed RAW the entire time and have found no issue whatsoever. Danny?
Okay, whatever you say, man. I'm gonna go with that. That sounds good.
Minimal difference is what I've heard. Yeah. That's.
I never shoot in the uncompressed stuff, but I don't do any of like those landscapes and time, long exposure stuff. So, but yeah, I don't shoot in that mode. So I shoot too many photos for that. Tag the Shooter is asking, do any of you use Photo Mechanic for culling your photos for wedding or sports events? I still use Bridge and Lightroom. Tag the Shooter, after Lightroom came out with Lightroom Classic, I started using Lightroom again to go ahead and just kind of cull through images. I don't really use Photo Mechanic too often. If I have a lot of photos, like maybe 2,000 images, I'll use Photo Mechanic.
Awesome. And I guess we'll just do one more question. And Chris Lynch. Oh my gosh. Okay. 3514, 5514, 8514, 24 2.8, 7200. Wait, what's that? What's the question? Are you? Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, so you're asking if we would choose either 3 prime lenses or 2 zoom lenses, right?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. I would choose. Damn.
Those are. There's not a 5514, unless you're talking about the 5518 or the Zeiss 51.8 or the 1.4. Those are all heavy lenses still. I mean,
yeah, I mean, like if you're talking about, I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about like traveling and stuff.
And what camera body?
Yeah, 20. I would say the zoom lenses because it just makes it much easier for yourself if you're traveling with it.
Yeah, you might be able to fit, and you would have enough space to fit stuff in your bag if you're getting the bigger one, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah. And you're saying good for gear and clothes for a couple of days, go for the 30L. But yeah. I don't know, man. I think if you're like a couple of day trip, clothes and gear in your backpack, I don't think I don't think even the 30L can fit it because I have so much issues trying to pack for New York. I'm trying to pack less too, but my Peak Design bag filled up and my roller filled up, so I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, dude, that's a tough question, Chris. But hopefully it works out for you.
I don't think the Peak Design would work out though for both clothes and gear for a couple of day trip, unless it's just like one body, one lens, small, and like you're wearing shorts or something.
And Keedron just wanted to point out, Keedron real quick says, I always shoot uncompressed.
All right, Keedron. Dang. Way towards the end of the show. Thanks for joining in, Keedron.
All right.
Awesome, guys. I think we're going to call it a night for this. So, Danny, is there any announcement that you want to make? Or?
Nah, I think that's it, man. That's all on my end. The show will jump to my channel next week.
And where's that channel?
Just search up That One Camera Guy with the one spelled a 1 with a number, and you'll find me on. Hey, you never know, you know.
All right, guys, that's pretty much it. So look out for us on Danny's channel next week, That One Camera Guy, and we'll catch you guys in the next show. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.